This is the chapter political parties in the civic chapter, and why we need to study about the political parties. Why we need to study about the political parties. This is first you have the question, and it is also that the what is the objectives of why we need to study this chapter. What is the reason? And first we think about that why the political parties whatever they are doing, no need to study, but why we need to study, and why do we need parties, and how many parties are good for a democracy, why we have to study. The first one thing that India is a democratic country. All you have the idea, our country is a democratic country. And if the democratic country is there, then there the people have the different ideas, different views, and it can't be possible by the one party or one persons. Everyone have the different aspects there, the different demands. It's never common, but the people they have the some group there, the common type of the demand, and this what's the problem, what's the problem, who has told these such things, who has who has told the such things? Janendra, what is the problem? Janendra, you, from whose side the voice I have heard? From whose side I have heard the word this such things? This is yes. From whose side I have heard this such type of the problem? Now, this problem, what it means? Again, you may compare with the country. You are a class 2 sections 10A and 10B, and the everyone have their the different type of the conditions, different situations, different type of the demands, but something is common. What it is common? That every you are the student and you need to develop yourself. And how this such type of development is possible? It's possible when you will study about the topics. If you will not study, how you can understand that we how many parties are good for a democracy, and which parties you know, and also you have the idea some the parties they are the national level and some the parties are the regional parties, and where in our country. So, what is wrong with the political parties and what can be done about it? These such things in a democratic country we have to study about in this chapter. So, this is the main thing that why we have to study. Now, come to the point about why do we need the political parties, why we need. Here you are, firstly you have to see these pictures, what you are seeing in these pictures. This picture shows that it is these houses in the rural area, these such type of house it is in the rural areas, and what's mentioned on these house, the different parties their symbols on the house. And if it is these symbols, is it the regional or national level. Some it is in the national level and some it is the regional level. An election commission has officially banned wall writing on by whom by parties during the election times. Most political parties argue that was the cheapest way for their campaign. And these elections time used to create the amazing graphics on the walls. And earlier it was more practices. And here about which place example I think you are easily see. It is the place Tamil Nadu. Yes, but now the election commissions, what he has told about this, that if it will be practices, then it is the not the choice of the people. The people they never think that their wall will be colored by the political party's symbols. Political parties are easily one of the most visible institution in the democracy. And in the democratic countries, the all we are the people, all we are the ordinary citizens. But the democracy, what it means, the equal to politically everyone have the equal for the vote or to choose the people, but from where? From the parties. If from one any individual without party, then it can't be rule the national level. So when we want to see the such these things in our country, that our country there different peoples all they are the educated, no, some they are educated, highly educated, some they are less educated, but everyone have their the equal right and what to speak on anyone, but without harming their conditions. And you could come across people who may not know anything about our constitution. You have also the examples. You may ask with your surrounding areas, those they are not educated, then if you will ask from that person, have you the idea about the constitution? If you will ask, this is your work also, activity work, that you have to ask from your surrounding area people, those they are less educated, or they may the senior citizens, then not I am saying you about the educated persons, those they are not highly educated, you may ask, then maximum they have not the idea about our constitution, that what is mentioned in our constitution and which type of the role is going on or the nature of our government. But when you will ask, maybe the chance that they would know about what? They know about the political parties. Everyone, even those they have there, the maid servants, even from the small childrens, if you will ask, have you the idea about these symbols? If you will ask from any children, then maybe it's possible that everyone will say, oh, this is the symbol for a party, and quickly that person will easily reply, oh, this is from belong from that party. What it means, that that children, that person even have no idea about the constitution, but have idea about the political parties. And the same time, this visibility does not means that the popularity of this party. I'm not here for advertising of any parties, but this is the example that the people they have the idea about the party symbols or party name. Most people tend to very critical of the political parties. And what happen if they tend to the political parties? They tend to blame parties for all that is wrong with our democracy. Which type of the wrong activities that they are saying wrong with our democracy and our political life? The parties have become identified with the social and the political divisions. You may see in the different areas the political parties they promote some group, some caste, and therefore it is natural to ask, do we need political parties at all? We think about no, oh, it is not right, it is not correct, it is wrong. And 100 years ago, there were the few countries of the world had any political parties, and now there are the few that do not have the parties. Maximum, all they have the parties. Why did political parties become so omnipresent in the democracies all over the world? Why it is necessary? And let us first answer what political parties are and what they do. You may note down the question that what political parties are and what they do. Before you have to start this topic, you have to write this. Now, the about the meaning. What's meaning? A political parties, what it is? Political parties is a group of people. If it is a party, obviously it is a group who come together to contest the elections and hold power in the government. All you have the idea about our some prime minister's name earlier, not I am saying you about the present, earlier they run as their the government, but how their coalition government, that their joint efforts by the different parties, and how it was possible they agree on some policies and programs for the societies. They think about, oh, this program is important for the upliftment of that people or for the society, and with a view to promote the collective goods. Then there can be the different views and how it is possible that how they may improve the conditions. Maybe some they have the different idea, some they think about, oh, by these activities the improvement can be possible, or some they had think about, oh, these activities may be possible. So here you may see some pictures where all our leaders come at a time like this. What happened then? And you have also the idea. Now the election will be held in Bihar. In which month? Have you the idea? Which month? It is in the month of yes, approximately November. They are saying. So parties try to pursue the people and why their policies are better than other. They seek to implement these policies by winning popular support through the elections. How they think about, oh, which type of the uh, objectives we have to collect, and we have to in front of the people we have to say that it is betterment for their improvement, and how it can be implemented for what, for winning the elections, and policies they decided. And these policies earlier when they announced, then the party is reflected there, the fundamental political divisions in the society. Parties about a part of the society, and it is what? It is partnership. So a party is known by which part is stand for, which policies is support, and whose is interests in the uphold. And political parties has the three components. What it is? First, it's the leader. With the example I am saying you about the leader. Have you the idea presently who is the chief minister of Bihar belong from which party? All you can easily say JDU. But have you the idea presently who support this party to run the government? NDA. And before this, whose party was their support? RJD. Yes, what it means? It means that time also, and even this present time, all they are ready to choose whom the leader, that they are the common. They think about, oh, this leader is suitable for that particular state. And then again, one another important things, the active members and the followers. These such things, active members. First one you have the idea the leaders, but the active members, those they perform their duty actively for the upliftment for the parties with their policies, with their policies. Every party have their own policies, so that active members. But how it is again possible? It is possible with their the followers. If there the followers will be not, how it's possible? So it's the main thing for a political parties. If everyone will be ready that they may be as a leader, then it can't be possible. And the present situation, have you the example where it was the conflict situations? It was in which state? For Rajasthan. And even in the Maharashtra also they have faced the difficulties. In the Maharashtra also for, yes, in the Madhya Pradesh. In the Madhya Pradesh also, for whom? For the leader, that they don't satisfied with that particular leader. Now about what are the functions of the political parties? What they will do? What does a political party do? What they will do? They will set up the schools, they will set up the college. No. Then what they will promise is that political parties offices and exercises political power. Parties do so by performing a series of functions. And the functions, which type of functions? Before the election and after the elections. Parties contest election is most democracies. Elections are fought mainly among the candidate put up by the political parties, and parties select their candidate. And you have also the idea about how, by giving them the ticket. In some countries, the country example is also given. Members and supporters of a party choose their its candidate. And now more and more countries are following these methods. And other countries, which country? Our country. Top party leaders choose the candidate for the contesting elections. And that candidate sometimes Maybe they think about they are more popular in the society. Sometimes they think about, oh, that person can actively do the work for the upliftment of the society. But maximum time they choose the candidate as those they earlier belong from the party. And this is the important one part for the choosing the candidate, and that candidate will promises that candidate will also fulfill the requirement of the society. But when after the election, no, at the time of elections they promises. Parties put forward the word policies and program. Manifesto. I think you have heard the manifesto. The word manifesto, have you heard? Some you have heard. Yes. What it means, that words there, the program, and it is they earlier announced in the before the elections, and the voters choose from them. Each of us may have the different opinion and views on what the policies are suitable for the society or not. You have heard about, now come to the point, the sensitive point, it is related with the Ram Mandir. It's the sensitive, but it was the mention, that program was the manifesto of BJP earlier and other one also. But how it is possible? By the political parties? No, it's not possible by the political parties. It's only possible by the Supreme Court and by the what? By the case as it run the long durations. But how it is? Again, because it was in their the policy and the program. No government can handle such a large variety of views. Is it possible by a single government? No. In a democracy, a large number of the similar opinion and the large number of the similar opinion to be grouped together to provide a directions. What that the which policy can be formulated by the government and how it can be implemented also. If the parties will decide, they always decide it for the development of the society. And this is what the parties do. It is not possible by the individual, it is possible by the parties. And parties reduces a vast multitude of the opinion, but how? In their the short form. And here you may see a person who is strongly committed to a party group or the factions partnership is marked by a tendency to take a side and inability to take a balanced view on an issues. What it means, some persons they always think about the upliftment of the society. Is it clear? So, first you have to write down the questions related to what is the meaning of political party.